How's it going, guys? Kevin back at you with another video. Today's video we're looking at updates to the VRD stance here. So the front pieces as well as the front body side pieces have been updated. This is to help improve durability and make sure that you guys can go out there, have some fun, smash these things around, and not have to worry about having a bad crash and breaking these. So with that, we'll start on the body side and then we'll get into the big chassis changes. So working on the body side, you're going to have the 12mm piece, which you can see here is going to have the little bump, whereas the 10mm piece you can see is basically flush there. Try to give you a good idea of it. So the 10mm piece, they're going to go on the front, and the way to install that is take the bottom side piece. These are the same all around. Drop your M3 lock nut in there. And what you're going to want to do is basically hold this. And again, since we're doing the front, this is 10mm, so basically gonna push this through and then hold that on the back side. And then the nut you're gonna want to face towards the outside because the locking feature's on the inside. And then just slowly start to tighten that down. And then you wanna make sure that it's not spinning on either side. So when I spin the underside, it spins the top side, and that ensures that the locking features are engaged. And then you can go ahead and tighten that down. And you can see here, in this case, I accidentally had the 12mm M3, so that will not work. So we will need to remove that and put the M3 by 10, which is the shorter screw. So make sure you're using the correct screw with the correct length. So I'll fix that quick and then show you what that looks like on the truck. So another thing I wanted to demonstrate here is if you over tighten this, this will become really hard to twist with your hands. It just needs to have a little bit of resistance. It doesn't need to be insanely tightened down. If it's to the point where you can't spin it, just back it out. That's the reason why this is a lock nut, so you don't have to worry about going super tight and worry that it will come loose. Remember, this nut being tight doesn't necessarily mean that the product, it's not required for the product to function. The locking features are between the two gray plastic pieces, and that's what's keeping them together when it's doing the twisting. So another thing, I put the 12mm on the front just to show you. So if I push up here, you can see that the 12mm has a bit of a gap, whereas the 10mm does not. So if you put them in the wrong places, the reason we have the 12mm is for the ridges in the back. That basically just helps clear them, give you a little bit more wiggle room back here, so that way these don't bind up with the shorter 10mm. So again, 12mm M3s and the taller plastic pieces in the back, 10mm are in the front. Now we can go over to the chassis side. So the major change for this update is on the chassis side, we have a new mounting mechanism in the front. So we have these pieces, and as you can see, they're actually see-through, sort of hollow in the front. So essentially what's going to happen is you're going to take your M4x16 with your lock nut, and you're going to drop that in there. So push that through, and then you're going to take this guy. That's going to go straight down the middle. I just have to swap this guy out to a larger size because we're just doing the body. And then we're going to put that through here, and then you can go from the front to the rear. It's a little bit tricky the first time that you do it, but sort of just take your time, find the threads. Once you find the threads, then you can go and throw a pliers on there. Just make sure you're not cross-threading it, and then you can go ahead and tighten that down. So once that's nice and tightened down, you can see the bolt's going to sit all the way at the bottom, and then the lock nut will be underneath there. So the big difference and the change that this helps us here is basically all of your side lateral loads. A lot more of that is going to get put into the screw versus previously we had that thinner plastic piece going down. So these should be a lot more durable than the previous set. If you do have a previous set, you end up breaking it, reach out. I'll be happy to sell you just the smaller front pieces here if that's all you need. I have to double check the prices, but I think these are probably like $10 or something for just the front pieces. So definitely happy to just sell you those individual pieces if you need it. And then when we put the body on, again, it's the same as before. We want to be coming in here vertical and then twisting. So give it the old wiggle, and twist, and then just like that, we know it's on. Do the rear here too. So down vertical, twist horizontal to lock. You can see it's nice and locked. So again, I left the 12 millimeter there. You can see that there is a little bit of a gap. It's a little hard to see here. Try to show you guys. So if you put the 12 millimeter on the front, you'll see there's a gap. On the 10 millimeter, there's no gap. So that just means that you're gonna have a little bit of body shake, whereas on this side, it's not gonna shake. So just make sure that you're putting the correct side when you're doing that. Nice simple twist, locked, and then like I said, this should be much more durable than the original design. So thank you guys so much for checking out this quick little video on an update to the VRD stance here, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a good one.